Hello, welcome back to The Road to Episode 8, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi in December 2017. And today I'm going to be talking about the new Vanity Fair stuff that's come out, the interviews, the information, the pictures, the videos, all that good stuff. Yesterday they revealed these 4 variant covers for Vanity Fair. They had behind the scenes photography going on when the film was being made. We got a nice one of Luke and Rey. We got one of the villains of the film, including Captain Phasma unmasked, which could be a hint that we're going to see, you know, Gwendolyn Christie actually perform with her face in the film, or maybe not, who knows, it's just a photo shoot, right? We had one of just Leia, which was very nice and quite touching to see, and if you see some of the behind the scenes pictures, they actually, I guess, photoshopped out BB-8 because he was originally part of that shot. It seems like anyway, because she was there with BB-8 and Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, etc. And then today they released the kind of the feature, all of the information, the interviews with the members of the cast and that kind of stuff. Some really cool shots. There's one of Rey with a lightsaber on the island in Ireland, which just looks awesome. There's another badass shot of Kylo Ren swinging his lightsaber, which is not so badass because it's on a, you know, it's just on a photo shoot stage. It's not on location. It kind of seems a bit odd to animate the lightsaber when you can clearly tell he's just there for a photo shoot, but it's still very cool. And some really nice shots of Carrie Fisher with her daughter Billie Lourd, who plays Connix in the film and also in The Force Awakens. And my favourite probably is the one with Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher sharing a nice moment and in costume as Luke and Leia. A very nice picture there, I think, and obviously it's all the more kind of poignant now after Carrie's passing, but it's nice to see some of these images come through and to see she's still part of this part of the film. You know, the build up to it and the behind the scenes stuff and everything. And there's another great behind the scenes shot with Leia, Luke in costume and Rian Johnson and stuff, and it seems very likely to see them both there in costume in this behind the scenes picture that we're going to see Luke and Leia reunited in the film, and that's really exciting for me. Some of the information that came out through the interviews that Vanity Fair conducted for the film, we also get a reveal of 2 new characters, one played by Benicio del Toro, who apparently is unnamed in the film, but they took to calling his character DJ. Nothing is known about him other than that he's a drifter. Then we had Laura Dern's character revealed, Vice Admiral Holdo. And she has quite an elaborate hairstyle there, very kind of Leia-esque, I suppose. And also Kathleen Kennedy was talking about Carrie Fisher in the film and how, again, reiterating they're not going to use CGI to bring her back to life in Episode 9. And that Carrie Fisher said after making Episode 8, because she enjoyed it so much, I better be at the forefront of Episode 9 because Harrison was in the front and center of 7, Mark is front and center in Episode 8, and she wanted to have 9 to be her film. And Kathleen Kennedy said it would have been. So again, very sad, but you know, it's nice to hear the things that she's completed her role, that they're not going to change anything with Episode 8 or cut stuff out or try and, you know, obviously they'll have to deal with the story ramifications in Episode 9, but for Episode 8 they're leaving everything intact, which is nice to hear. Oscar Isaac talks about how surreal it was to see one of his childhood heroes back in action. He says to be there and to watch Mark revisit Luke, particularly in these scenes that we were shooting towards the end of the film, was bizarre and jaw-dropping. So that's interesting, and it makes it seem as if he shares a scene with Luke, which would mean that Luke ends up kind of coming into contact with the other characters in the film, like Finn and Poe and so on. And so, you know, obviously from the trailers all we've seen of Luke is him on that island, so this kind of I guess confirms that he's going to go beyond that, and he is going to go out with Rey somewhere and will be a huge part of this film, which, you know, they hinted at obviously, and it's The Last Jedi, it's Luke, so it's basically his film, but it's cool to hear he's going to have scenes with other people other than Daisy Ridley, and obviously seeing those behind the scenes pictures, it seems like he's going to have a reunion with Leia, which I'm really looking forward to. And the director Rian Johnson was talking about some elements of the story, and he revealed that Luke is living on the island with other creatures. There's this indigenous race of caretaker creatures, which he wouldn't describe that much. He just clarified they're not Ewoks. But that sounds really interesting, and something that hasn't been hinted at all. It looks like Luke has just landed on this ancient kind of monk-like, you know, civilization where, you know, nothing is there, but apparently there are other people or things there on the island with him. And he talks about the training between Luke and Rey, and that there is a training element to it, but it's not exactly what you would expect, which is good to hear, because I wouldn't want it to be just a complete kind of you know, copy and paste from Empire Strikes Back with Luke and Yoda. And also there is a new planet revealed, or a new city I should say. I'm not sure what planet the city is on, but it's called Canto Blight, and it's a gambling city, and there's these pictures of all these people in weird costumes and stuff, and that looks intriguing. This kind of a casino city, something you haven't... Well, I guess maybe you saw a little bit of that in Attack the Clones, maybe, when they're down in the depths of Coruscant, I suppose. But either way, some cool and interesting things to look forward to in the film. There's a behind-the-scenes video, which is really cool. We get some behind-the-scenes look, obviously, of the film, with Luke looking very moody on the island with Rey, and little bits and pieces that are just nice little glimpses, nothing more than that. Apart from that, I know that John Williams is scoring The Last Jedi right now. There's pictures of Laura Dern and Mark Hamill with John Williams, so he's currently recording more score for the film, which is really exciting. And tomorrow, if you're watching this on the day I post it, which is highly unlikely, but if you are, tomorrow is the 25th of May 2017, the official 40th anniversary of Star Wars, so I'm hopefully going to get something up to celebrate that over the next week or so. I wanted to have more stuff, but I just didn't have the time. But I'm going to get something done and up tomorrow, and then there'll be a few more kind of Star Wars centric stuff on the channel for the next week or so. So look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one.